Hi everyone, welcome back to Workplace Wizards. We're a restaurant consulting company. I basically sell forms, checklists, and spreadsheets, and we can also customize it. Now we also have many other services. Feel free to contact us at workplacewizards@gmail.com, or you can visit our website. That's www.workplacewizards.com as well. I have our setup here for our workplace. So this is once you go into the website, this is what you're going to see. If you want to buy some more films, more sheets, just go to the home page and just scroll down, and you'll see that we broke down in categories. For instance, the top one has all our forms, checklists, spreadsheets. Then you got management forms, kitchen forms, front of the house forms, cash control forms, labor forms, cleaning forms, etc. All right, so I invite you to visit us at our website. There's lots of neat things that you'll see there and lots of cool services. All right, so let's get right back to our spreadsheet, what we're going to be talking about today. Previously, we talked about the phone list, which is tutorial number 3, the calendar, and the film's introduction. Today, we're going to talk about the daily sales. Now, we have under the daily sales and vendor column, we have the instructions for daily sales. Basically, it's going to explain to you how to set the system up and what each area is, and a little just definition as to what it means. All right, so we have the actual daily sales sheets. Now, the reason why you see 3 sheets set up, because let's say you have a 24-hour restaurant, all right, and you can relabel these two, so you can call this shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, or if you're just open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, breakfast shift 1, lunch shift 2, dinner shift 3. Let's say you just open for lunch and dinner, so this will be shift 1 for lunch, shift 2 for dinner. Now, you can enter in, at the end of the day, all your sales under shift 1. Uh, but that's not going to help you any, because what if you have a shortage, or if you have an issue with a specific comp or coupon and you're trying to nail down what shift it came from? That's why you want to go ahead and enter and have the shift 1 manager, when they're done with their shift, count their drawers down, their safe count, do their paperwork, and then they're going to do their information off their sales sheets, which is a printout summary report, and enter all their information here. And that would be the first shift. And again, you got the second shift, third shift. All right, so I'm going to show you something here. We went ahead and preset this thing up for the week 1, shift 1. Now you see where it says restaurant date, the daily sales sheet, shift 1 sheet. You're looking at it now, shift 1 sheet, week 1, shift 1, is your key sheet. That's where you're going to enter in your restaurant name, and you're going to enter in your date. Once you put your restaurant name in here, then it's going to populate to every page to the right, which is week 2, shift 1, week 3, shift 1, week, all the way down to shift 5. We have a shift 5 because there might be a month or so that may dip into this month. Normally, it'll go up to shift 4. Now, we have different shifts, shift 2, shift 3, if it applies. Okay, so if we go to shift 1, I went ahead and set this up, put some sales in for Monday through Sunday. Typically, Monday, the reason why it was a 4,000, there was a play. We had our revenue went up, and that was the reason why. But normally, it's going to creep up a little, maybe Saturday might be your king day, and then Sunday. Actually, Sunday should be king day if you're located in your churches and whatnot. You have your week-to-date total and your percentage. All right. Now I had candy, bakery, and carry out in here. You can unprotect the page and relabel these as you want. You know, if it's just food, it's food. Maybe you sell food somewhere else, and maybe you might have a gift shop and there's food in here. You can put food, or you can put your gift shop information in here as well. Carry out, you want to separate them out. That way you know what's going on, what you sell between carry out and your regular register. Now, under here is your sales tax percent. Whatever your sales tax percent is for your state, slip it in here. Once you do that, it's going to automatically figure out what your sales tax is based on what you enter above. This area is protected. You don't want to go into anything that's colored. Anything that's colored is going to be a protected cell that contains formulas. These white shaded cells are areas for input only. The sheet will be protected, so typically all you need to do is get into the white cells. The only time you can unprotect this is if you're going to change the names here. That's it. And if you do change the names, go back into Home, go back into Format, and of course unprotect it to change, protect it so that there won't be any accidental erases of any formulas and whatnot. Okay, so we had the sales in and figured out the sales tax. If you had any gift certificate sold or other, and again, unprotect the page to rename that, whatever you want to rename it at, then protect the page. Go back down. This is your payouts and your losses. So every day I put in something for your payouts and losses, your customer accounts, discounts, comp food meals, employees, manager meals, gift certificates retained, paid out. And you know, some restaurants actually do discounts for police, fire rescue. So we slip that in, but if you don't want it, you can take it out and go from there. Now, underneath that is going to be your credit cards, and you're actually going to be your need to account for your net sales. So basically what you're looking at is, for instance, on Monday, you had $4,000. There's your sales tax, right? So between your $4,000 and your sales tax, your receipt total is going to be $4,300. If you go down below, your $4,300 minus your payouts and your losses, it's going to be $4,250. It's your subtotal for $50 for here, but your net sales is going to be $4,250. You sold, you broke them down categories. So when you do your inputs on the sheet, go to your register, get a summary report at the end of the shift, and it's going to have all this information on it. Input your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover Diner information there. Put your cash deposit after you count your money. Put it in there, and it's going to tell you this is what you need to account for. This is actually what you have on hand, tangible credit cards and money. Revenue, $4,240. All right, so you take $4,240 and you subtract out your net sales, $4,250. That's going to give you your overage and shortage. In this instance, we were $10 short for the day. Monday, we're $1 over. Wednesday, we're dead on. Good job. Thursday, short $5.50. Friday, $3.50. Saturday, $3.50. And Sunday, $1. Now, these amounts here are unacceptable overages and shortages. Typically, whatever they enter into the registers should go in as money when the guests pay for it. It should balance out to the penny. Now, some restaurants have a rule: if it's $1, $2, $5 short, they consider that as an acceptable shortage. Technically, it is not. You want your people to be efficient when it comes down to ordering, putting the information into the computers, and collecting the cash. If they do it correctly, you should not have an overage and shortage. But if you want to set a certain limit on shortages, go right ahead, but make sure you follow through on what if my limit's $5 and I'm short $6. All right, so you need to document that person and make sure they understand that it's unacceptable for shortages. Now, if for some reason you're short every day, you want to find out what's going on, right? So at least you know that this happened on the shift one. All right, so rather than just dumping everything into one shift for the whole day, this is what I was talking about. This is going to give you an idea of what shift it's coming from. It may not give you a person, but it should give you a person if you think about it, because if you're dealing with cash on a register and you're not dealing with server banking, then the person that's running the register should be assigned to that register. You don't want a bunch of people going into that register because there's no accountability. So in this case, if you don't have server banking, then you want to make sure you assign one person plus the manager. Technically, the manager shouldn't be in that drawer. So let's say Tammy's a server or greeter or whatever, and you only want her to have access to that register. Now you have accountability. If it's $10 short, you can look for that person. If the manager needs to get into that drawer for any reason, he or she should not get into that drawer. The person that's assigned to that drawer, which is Tammy, will open that drawer and stand by and oversee whatever they're doing. So that way there's no ifs or buts about what happened when it comes down to a shortage. If you want to assign 2 employees to the register, that's fine. But if you have no problems, I'm okay with it. I'm sure you're okay with it. But if you start developing shortages, maybe your register has a 2-drawer register, and you can assign the top register to 1 employee and the bottom register drawer to another employee. But the whole idea is accountability. Okay, so you have a customer count area. You can get that off your summary report. That's 470. And the reason it was 470 is because we had a play. Remember I told you about the information up here. Our sales are above the average. Should have been under 3,000, but it's not. Well, we had a play at the end of the during that shift. All right, so the customer count went up, 470. Average check is 857. And then, as you can see, these are the customer counts for the week, and these are the average check for the week. So you can monitor all that. And then you've got your totals up here. And now here's a really nice looking tool. If you go to your sales at a glance, this is your daily sales shift 1, week 1, shift 1. It breaks it all down so you can get a quick view as to where your money's going, what's happening. And then as shifts go by, let's say you have 3 shifts worth of information, it's actually going to your monthly sales shift 1 area here. And then it's going to, and that's per shift. Shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, and then you have a grand total sales at glance, so it's going to be a combination of all 3 shifts or all 2 shifts. It'll be here as well. And then corresponding week dates, it'll tell you what week 1 is, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. That way you know exactly the date, the week beginning date for any particular shift. All right? So it's a great tool. I would definitely use this. You'll be able to monitor your money. And hopefully get any losses down to a minimum. All right, our next video is going to be the vendor and vendor totals. I invite you to see that. That'll be part number 5. I'm glad you joined us here today, and you folks have a great day.